the support of the big lottery fund of the UK, WaterAid with partners has implemented a 3-year project to increase access to wash services in Gwembe, Monze and Kazungula. We've paid particular attention to marginalized groups, particularly those differently abled people. We've reached almost 20,000 people with clean water and sanitation and hygiene promotion messages. Many achievements so far. The communities that we've worked in have been able to manage and operate their own water point facilities. The communities have been able to come up with their own sanitation options, meaning that they've dug their own pit latrines and also adhering to certain benchmarks as far as sanitation and hygiene are concerned. This has contributed to, for instance, Chief Musokononen's area attaining the ODF status, because with many other partners, WaterAid has made certain interventions in that area. We've also gone ahead and we are proud to say that 3 district councils that we've worked with over the lifespan of this project have been able to develop their wash investment plans, meaning that today if you go there, you want to support their wash interventions, they have a clear plan, they have budgeted and costed all these activities. Those are some of the key interventions. Not to mention again that we have facilities, the latrines that we've constructed in schools and also the water points that we've constructed in communities are easily accessible by differently abled people in those communities. In terms of what we had planned on the onset and what we have achieved, I would say that we have done almost between 90 and 95% of the work. There are just a few minor issues to be sorted out. For example, completion of a few latrines that are still being built up to, they've been roofed, and so it's just the final touches to do with plastering and painting. Otherwise, in terms of the software activities, those have been completed, and the construction of boreholes, those have already been completed. So it's just very few minor works under latrines that we are yet to complete.
The project implementation started in 2013, I remember, and that is November. And before that, I also want to mention that Gwembe district was given an opportunity to be given a baseline survey before BLF came into the country. Under the BLF project, we had targets, a lot of targets, and lucky enough, our intervention took into consideration what we called the CAP approach. This means that we are looking at the knowledge, giving the people the knowledge, the attitude and practice. So basically, we had to tune most of our programs to give our people knowledge so that they're able to be sustainable from the onset. So in terms of water supply, I just want to give what we had planned. Initially, we planned to have 25 water points rehabilitated and also water quality done. And from the plans, the actual is that we did 21 in the last 3 years. We also had sanitation in the 4 wards that we operate in Jongola, Fumbo, Snafala and Koma. The percentage was lower than 10%, but in the last 3 years we've managed to raise the percentage in terms of ODF to 50% and above 50%. In terms of school latrine, in the last phase of the year we've targeted to build three VIP latrines in the plan, but we've managed to build 4 VIP. These are also special VIPs that we're having in Gwembe for the first time. The VIPs that we're having, they're also accommodating people with a different ability. These are people with disabilities, I should mention. We had planned that for the first time as a district under the BLF project to have an investment plan that we are going to use and to invest in water and sanitation in a district. And I must mention that the investment plan, the district investment plan, we planned in the project was fully implemented, and we have a document that we will be using going forward for any investment in the district. And this document will be shared to whoever is willing to come into the district, and we'll look at the figures and also try to help us, so that as we talk about the 7th development plan, we will be talking about achieving it by that particular time that has been mentioned. I also wish to mention that the same plan also moved along with the situation analysis, because the situation was giving us what was on the ground, and the two documents have been done fully, and we are very happy as a district for that support, because I must mention this is the first ever district situation analysis for water and sanitation, and the development, the water investment plan we've had ever since the district, I think, was formed.
During the implementation of this BLF funded project, there has been good collaboration among the stakeholders. We used the stakeholders in identifying some of the gaps which we have. For example, when it came to sanitation, where we needed to build school toilets, we would sit down with all the stakeholders, education, health, agriculture, community development, and even involve the chief's representatives and the headmen to identify where we could build these facilities. And because of that, we've seen that it has worked. And it's not just the BLF project. We got the concept from BLF, but now the concept is now spreading to almost all the projects in the district. So thanks to the BLF support, and would ensure that the concepts that we've learned under BLF, they continue.
I'm Milambo Harrison, speaking on behalf of His Royal Highness Chief Union. I want to talk about our role in the implementation of the project that was run by WaterAid. As a chiefdom, we have a structure that is well established, starting from the chief representative, the headman, and the village committees. Through this structure, we were able to help in the implementation of the projects through the formation of village committees in those water points. And those village committees were able to mobilize the villagers to bring at least upfront materials, starting from stones, sand, and even in the helping of the building of the protection of the waterways. As a chiefdom, we appreciated it, and I think it is a project that came at the right time.
Ina yangu nime Fatima ni Malasa, ndiberegela mu wadi ndiona ino fumbo wadi ndaberega milimo antomwa aba WaterAid mu community. Uzaba WaterAid no bagabola batuiha na gutusense muna maganaja tigiha botwere kuba balondo mu hikujo. Batu pamuzezo wakuba murura hikujo tiga hiboneka gabotu uteba kubye bulondo bukalirira.
WaterAid yajita improve bumi bw'abantu winda mu gutantamuka maroza usomona muyi abantu moberete kuli bambira kuyaga matoilets abo agwabamba mugati then amboberete ugusamba mu manza yindi ne bamani akubere ha toilet.
Talking about community involvement in the school sanitation, the project was overwhelming in such that the community was mobilized, and thereafter the sand, the upfront material, what was required for the contractor to do his work, the community came up with specific programs through their headmans and also through the champions, and also the head teachers at specific schools where we did these projects. We saw their contribution. We saw sand coming each and every day according to their schedules. We saw stones being ferried to the site, And we saw the pit before the contractor was on site. The pits were done by the community.
Project communication is critical in the project implementation of the project. Looking back, the way we've been implementing the BLF project for the past 3 years, I think the communication have been very effective, and it has helped us to deliver key messages to the communities, orient communities on water rights, which the community have got a right to demand for water, like hygiene, which is very critical for a human being to be healthy, like also delivering water facilities to the community. All these, I think, it has been very interesting and something which someone might want to continue doing. It's unfortunately that the project has come to an end, which we have got no control over it. We've managed to deliver all these key messages because we had a very good rapport with the communities, where we could listen to the communities, what they are saying, and also respect, not only listen, but also respect their views and take in consideration those views which are very important, which will help the project, which has really helped the project. It was not a one-way implementation of the project. It was a two-way implementing of this project.
As the Monze District Land Alliance, we found it easy to collaborate with the Water Aid in the sense that the same community Zambia Land Alliance is serving is the same is the community which Washe is serving. So, and the people, the beneficiary rather, are just the same. And these people, it sounds so good if they came to know their rights, the land rights and the Washe rights. So they need to know their rights, which is very important, and they have to know how to demand on these rights. As the Zambia Land Alliance, we have been also going into the same communities where the Washe issues are being taught. As a result, we came to collaborate nicely, and as an organization we are so appreciative because what we do, it makes our work so easy in the sense that these people we are teaching on the land issues, they find it so easy because they like compare on how they learn on their Washe rights.
My thoughts generally are that what I've seen in the last, I think, if not five trips that I've made with Water Aid, are that generally there's the need to uplift the livelihood of the masses cannot be overemphasized, because out of the 14 million people, I believe the rural setting still has a majority of people, and if we continue to ignore these people, these are the people who feel marginalized, they feel let down, they are relegated, and they're only remembered by leaders in these political offices during the campaign times. So most of the times, most of the years, they are accustomed to they are reduced to beggars. So Water Aid, I think, is one of the few organizations, and it's the first time that I've worked with an organization that is in this active program. So in places where I have gone and I've seen your projects, it has changed people's welfare, and it's been something at a personal level. It has taught me that in as much as I whine about the problems in town, I think the rural setting is really a challenge, and where Water Aid has stepped, there has been massive transformation, and it's commendable.
My name is Nyambi Mfarari, Project Officer for Kazungula District Council, Water Aid Big Rotary Fund funded project. During our project period under Big Rotary Fund, we've had a run of activities we did in the district, where we also had a component of project communication, where we communicating with the communities, and we had also a number of the way we separated the activities, the way we were communicating with the communities. We had different strategies. The first strategy was to use the drama group, where they would practically show the community on how to go about what they're supposed to do. Let's talk of hand wash, let's talk of using latrines, let's talk of using a water point. We also have a separate sensitization strategy where we're holding general meetings in the communities where some RAINI stakeholders were involved to group the people in the areas, talk to them in a group, have group discussions. At the end of the day, they will come up with the action planning on when, where, or how to do these activities. We also have had certain key messages we were delivering to the communities. And this has to do with the number one, having access to sanitation, where we needed a community to have an adequate sanitary facilities where they would have a dish rack, they would have a toilet, they would have a hand wash, they will have privacy. Then the other one, it was generally capturing the school sanitation part and also the community. We call it menstrual hygiene. Menstrual hygiene hasn't been coming out so much in the previous projects, but during the BLF funded project, we also came up with certain information where we communicate to the communities and also the schools that actually ready to improve the attendance by care child in most of the schools.
Toilet njivandi vambira nimbotu maningi ombalo mwiri chisitubulu ngoti ndaseruka wheelchair kandi jatiansi jatirabo mutubulo amandamaniya kona ndeta mapepa then ndatiani ndajatari mu mutubulo ndaunka wheelchair yangu so nabo ndabona kuti it is special and very brilliant.
We have a system that is real time. Every month data is collected, and the data they collect from the community is pushed on a mobile web system. So at the moment, with the EHTs, they are the ones who help us do the data quality control in the various centers where they're coming from. So they're able to sit with the people we have trained under the project and look at the quality of data people are inputting into the system, so that we are getting real-time data which is quality and will be able to, is helping us in the planning and also implementation of the project. We are able to see from the system that where people are not moving fast, we are able to get in touch with them and also give them feedback when we meet with them during the monitoring of the project.
BLF project has been a success in Gwembe. The major fact that BLF looked at behavior change and the knowledge. It was not only looking at putting up the structures, but also it was looking at giving the skills and giving the knowledge. I feel that we have now given the knowledge, and the people are now ready to take up the knowledge and on further implement what we had intended in our project.
BLF has been an all-weather friendly partner to the Zambia country program for water aid, dating back many years, and most of the interventions that we've undertaken using the support from BLF has actually resulted in communities improving their livelihoods, improving their health status, but also accessing clean water and sanitation. And so I would appeal to BLF that the work has not been completed in full. there are so many marginalized communities out there that still need their support. So if they can continue getting on board and supporting this country program, we will achieve more with their support. So we are very grateful for the support that has been rendered so far, but still a lot has to be done in many areas.